How many realize that the world is different? We are in a different place than where we've been, and one of the difficulties with difference is the fear of something new. Someone once said that the human tendency is to avoid change until it's too painful to stay the same. I don't believe that that is the human tendency. I believe that's the fallen tendency. Humans desire wherever God is, unless the fall has too much of an effect in their lives and in their hearts. But in this place of stepping into the new, we have to let go of the old. You have to stop doing things the way that they were. There's an invitation that we're releasing in this week as we go through these days and we begin to respond and things look a little bit different than what you're used to. Realize an invitation to reimagine the world that you live in. Because creativity is not primarily, now it is essentially, but it's not primarily. Those are two different things for artistic expression. Creativity is for every part of life. Because if you're going to respond to God, you're going to have to get creative because he thinks different than you do. Which means you're going to have a new idea. Something that you haven't thought of. If you've thought of every invitation that God has given you before he gave it to you, you're not hearing God. He's way too small if he can actually fit in your brain. If the God that you have is comfortable, he is not the God of the Bible. He is good. And this begins the foundational piece that you must hold. If he is good, every invitation that he has is good. So when you respond to him, your definition of good may get challenged, but remember, he is the definition of good, not what you thought. And trust him over your own thinking, over your own experience, over your own theology. How many of you have had a dark season over the last 18 months, or difficult seasons? A number of you. Confusing. Maybe it wasn't so dark, but it was confusing. You didn't know what was going on. We have left a season, and we have started a new season. When you come into a new season, you cannot do things the way that you did in the previous season. The church must change, which is not a finger being pointed except for right here, because if the church must change, I am the church. I must change. It's too easy to wait for somebody else to change, but they have the freedom for them to respond the way that God has them respond. You use your freedom to respond to God. We must change. We must rethink what we think is normal. We must allow the disruption to shake us out of apathy and the repetition of doing the same thing the same way like we have been for the last 300 to 400 years. And it's an opportunity for us to step into a beautiful now. As I was meditating on this, I wrote this piece. Today is not yesterday. Now is not then. The door is not in front of you, you are already in. Time keeps moving. Step into the now. Lay down your past troubles, confusion, and pain. It's time to believe the season has changed. What's coming is here. The day has begun. The struggles of freedom, cocoon holding back, strength being discovered. The shell, it has cracked. Stretch out your wings and feel the sweet wind. He's already blowing. A gentle, sweet breeze to practice your flying and discover your ease. Surrender is the answer. The question forgot. Move forward still looking. Yesterday is not. Now is the time, the day of amen. Promises cascading, rushing right in. Fulfillment is waiting, no more delayed. We're in the land that was promised. The giants are slain. Walls are all falling, victory proclaim. Awake from your slumber, no time to sleep. The Father is calling deep unto deep. Open your eyes. Do you see what is here? The sun, he's shining. The Spirit draws near. Shake off your slumber, no time to sleep. Stir up your spirit, invitation so sweet. The times, they are changing. No, the change is complete. Lift your vision higher. See what he sees. Don't worry about tomorrow. Yesterday is gone. Today is the future. He's already won. Seek first his kingdom, righteousness, and peace. Rest, the Spirit is calling. All striving must cease. Wake up to reality. Invisible but true. Spiritual is tangible for me, for you. Sharpen knives for the slaughter. Lead in the sacred cow. What was is the enemy of the beautiful now. How we did it, the target for heaven's onslaught. Agree with the Spirit's militant thought. Battle dead tradition. No more walking dead. Father is stirring. Calling for the spirit of dread, the fear of the Lord. Sobriety of heart. Knowing our God. Doing our part. Let go of what was. It will only slow you down. Look to what is. Tomorrow is now. The Father is calling. His heart is pounding. The bride is arising in beauty astounding. Explosions of color, kaleidoscope of sound. Freedom of movement no longer bound. Creativity is endless. No borders, no end. Limitless potential if we break this trend of colorless worship. Predictable experience, apathy encouraged. Keep up the appearance, denying the power of heaven breaking in. Mundane Sunday, I did it again. Fulfilled expectation, aligned with the crowd, boring myself and not living out loud. Is God really worth it? Heaven sounds good, but I'm trapped in this prison of fear and of doubt. The chain has been broken. Prison doors swung wide. Come out of the darkness into his great light. Don't slumber any longer. Awake from your sleep. Shake off the dust and start moving your feet. Onward and upward, forever the cry. There's more of his Spirit. There's more to this life. Wake up to the beautiful now. It's not coming. It's here. Wake up the promise. It's Jubilee year. The longing and waiting, the dark of the day, it's only a memory. The King's here. Make way. Align with the Spirit, make an exchange. Tears and deep mourning for joyful exclaim. It's here, it's not coming. It's time to proclaim the gospel is Jesus and Jesus is now. It's time to wake up to the beautiful now.